Mental healings in modern times, the power of your subconscious mind. Have you ever imagined that the cure for many illnesses might already lie within you, in your own mind? Is it really possible to overcome physical pain, emotional trauma, and even serious diseases using nothing more than the power of the subconscious mind? And the power of the subconscious mind? In today's video, we'll dive deep into Chapter 5 of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy, one of the greatest pioneers in positive thinking and mental healing. Get ready to discover real-life stories of healing, understand the methods that activate the mind's healing power, and learn how to apply them in your everyday life. This content could transform your life, or the life of someone you love. Let's go. The mind is a healing tool. Joseph Murphy opens the chapter with a bold statement. The human mind, especially the subconscious, has the power to heal the body. He reminds us that just as the body can become ill due to negative thoughts and unresolved emotions, it can also regenerate through positive thinking, faith, and healing affirmations. The subconscious doesn't judge, filter, or question. It simply executes. That's where the power lies. Whatever we feed into our minds repeatedly with emotion is accepted as truth by the subconscious and begins to manifest. Murphy doesn't reject conventional medicine, in fact, he values it as an ally. However, he emphasizes that many physical treatments fail because they ignore the mental force behind healing. Real-life healing story. In this chapter, the author shares several inspiring stories of people who overcame illness through faith and mental reprogramming. Case 1. The paralyzed boy. A desperate mother watched her son unable to walk. She began practicing positive affirmations daily. She visualized the boy running, jumping, laughing, full of life and health. She repeated phrases like, "My son is strong, vibrant, and healthy." And over time, something miraculous happened. The boy began to regain movement. What changed? Not a new medication, but a deep shift in the mother's mind, which radiated to the child. Faith and consistency were the keys to this. Case 2. The disappearing tool. A woman diagnosed with a malignant tumor began practicing what Murphy calls scientific prayer. She visualized the tumor dissolving daily, repeated healing affirmations, and thanked her body in advance for its recovery. In just a few months, her doctors noticed the tumor was shrinking, and she was eventually declared healed. This case shows how faith, when combined with repeated positive mental impressions and strong emotion, can activate healing mechanisms beyond rational explanation. Mental methods for healing. Murphy offers simple, powerful, and accessible healing methods that anyone can use. Here are the most important ones. 1. Visualization. Create a clear, vivid mental image of your ideal state of health. Imagine yourself healed, active, joyful, doing everything the illness once prevented you from doing. The more realistic the visualization, with sounds, sensations, and emotions, the more deeply it's accepted by your subconscious. 2. Scientific prayer. This isn't a religious prayer, it's mental programming. You affirm with faith that healing is happening. Example: the infinite intelligence of my subconscious is now restoring every cell of my body. The key here is to repeat it with belief and conviction, feeling as though you are already healed. 3. Direct suggestion. Use phrases like, "I am completely healthy. My body responds with harmony and balance." Repeat them multiple times a day. Consistency is the secret. It's like planting seeds of health in your mind. 4. The sleep method. Before going to sleep, the brain enters slower waves like alpha and theta, and the subconscious becomes more receptive. That's the perfect time to repeat healing affirmations calmly. Practicing this daily trains your subconscious to keep working through the night. 5. The prayer of gratitude. Thank your body as if the healing has already occurred. Say, "I'm grateful that my body is healthy. Divine intelligence is guiding me toward perfect health." Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions we can experience, and when combined with faith, it can produce miracles. The role of faith and emotion. Murphy emphasizes, without faith, none of these methods work. It's not enough to say words mechanically. You must feel, believe, visualize, and trust. Faith doesn't need to be blind. Faith doesn't need to be blind, but it must be alive. Your heart, the subconscious, accepts the message as reality and begins working to fulfill it. Emotion acts as an amplifier of the message. That's why prayers filled with fear or desperation rarely work. They reinforce the idea that you're still sick. But affirmations spoken with love, joy, and gratitude generate powerful, constructive effects. The danger of negative thinking. Just as the mind can heal, it can also create illness. People who dwell on resentment, guilt, anger, or fear are planting poison within themselves. These emotions are stored in the subconscious and can manifest as physical disease. Murphy shares stories of people who developed ulcers, heart disease, and even cancer due to years of unresolved hatred or guilt. Healing often begins with forgiveness of others and of oneself. Forgiveness clears the mind and frees the subconscious to operate in harmony. Without it, most healing techniques struggle to take root. The subconscious can't tell the difference between real and imagined. This is one of Murphy's central ideas. The subconscious does not distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. It accepts as true whatever you repeat with emotion, regardless of origin. If you repeat, "I'm weak, I'm sick, there's no hope," your body receives that information as a command. But if you say, "I'm strong, healthy, and healing more every day," your body begins responding with physical and chemical reactions aligned with that idea. In other words, what you vividly imagine, you start to live. Merging faith and science. Murphy doesn't position himself against modern medicine. He advocates integration. Doctors, surgeons, and medication can all be vehicles for healing, but the patient must also take an active role by nurturing positive thoughts, hope, and faith in the outcome. When mind and body work together, the chances of recovery multiply. How to start applying this today? If you want to try the mental healing method shared by Joseph Murphy, here are some practical steps. Choose a healing affirmation that resonates with you. Repeat it daily, especially right after waking and before going to bed. Visualize yourself fully healed, with as much detail as possible. Feel gratitude for your healing even if it hasn't appeared yet. Eliminate negative thoughts and make forgiveness part of your routine. Be patient and consistent. Your mind needs time to replace old patterns. You are a healer. In this powerful and inspiring chapter, Joseph Murphy shows us that health begins in the mind. Healing is available to everyone, not as some external miracle, but as a reflection of the inner power that lives in each of us. If you apply these methods with faith, discipline, and emotion, you can transform not only your health but your entire life. Your subconscious mind is like a garden. It blooms with whatever you plant in it each day. So the question is, what have you been planting in your mind? Did this content speak to you? Then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to discover their inner healing power. Drop a comment below. Have you ever had a healing experience using the power of your mind? Let's exchange stories and grow together. And if you want me to bring you the summary of the next chapter of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, just type, "I want more" in the comments. See you in the next video, and remember, you have the power to change everything, starting with your mind.